Dear students, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you have understood the summary of Expert Detective very well. Now in today's video, I'll explain some paragraph of this chapter. So look into your book before you read. Nishad, a boy of 7, also called Seven because his name means the seventh note on the musical scale, and his 10 years old sister Maya are very curious about one Mr. Nath. Then one day the children's marble rolls into Mr. Nath's room and Nishad gets a chance to see him. Is he a crook on the run? Why is his face badly scared? Why is his face badly scarred? Why has he no friends? Nishad's mother, a doctor, knows Mr. Nath as a patient who is very polite. So as I told you in the summary about the character of this chapter, so this story is about two children and many other characters. One of the children was Nishad. He was also called Seven because the meaning of his name Nishad is the name of seventh note of musical scale. He had a sister Maya, 7 years old. Both were curious and wanted to know about Mr. Nath, the principal character of this story. They wanted to get information about Mr. Nath. So one day they got chance to get into the room of Mr. Nath. As their marbles rolled into Mr. Nath's room, they saw Mr. Nath in his room, and they were thinking that Mr. Nath may be a criminal or a crook, as there were scars on his face. Scars means marks left on the skin after wound have healed and recovered. And also Mr. Nath was alone. He had no friend. These things creates doubt about Mr. Nath. And Nishad's mother was a doctor, and Mr. Nath was his mother's patient. His mother considered Mr. Nath very polite and kind man. Now let's begin this chapter. As we walked back towards the clinic, Seven said, "He doesn't look anything like a monster, Maya. But did you see how thin he is? Maybe he is very poor and can't afford to eat." So once what happened, Nishad and Maya were coming back from their mother's clinic where they saw a man. Nishad said, "Maybe this man is not looking horrible and dangerous. He is very weak and thin figure. It seems that he is very poor and can't afford to eat. That's why he is thin and weak. And he doesn't believe him to be a criminal." Now look into your book. "He can't be poor if he is a crook on the run," I told him. "He's probably got millions of rupees stashed away somewhere in the room." So Nishad was not thinking him to be a criminal, but Maya thinks totally opposite of Nishad. She thinks Mr. Nath is a criminal, and also she considered him a very rich man, and he kept his money secretively at any place. "Do you really think he is criminal?" "Maya, he doesn't look like one." Nishad looked doubtfully. "Of course he is one, Seven," I said, "and he certainly isn't starving. Mr. Mehta told us that Ramesh brings his meals up from the restaurant downstairs." So Nishad said to Maya very doubtfully, "Do you really think that Mr. Nath is a criminal?" "He really doesn't look like criminal." Maya replied, "Of course, Seven, he is a criminal, and he is not starving due to lack of food and money. And you remember, Mr. Nath told us that Ramesh takes everyday meals and tea to Mr. Nath's room from a restaurant, and Mr. Nath pays the bill and gives tips also to Mr. Amit. But Maya, Mr. Mehta told us that he doesn't work anywhere, so how can he possibly have money to pay for food? Nishad said. Then Nishad further said that Maya, Mr. Mehta told us that Mr. Nath doesn't work to earn money. Then from where did he get money to pay the bill? Exactly, I exclaimed. He must have lots of money hidden somewhere, maybe in the trunk in his room. It's probably full of silver and gold and jewels and etc. etc. So when Seven asked that from where did Mr. Nath get money to pay the bill, so Maya shouted excitingly, "This is exactly my point. As I told you, he is not poor. He had hidden a huge amount of money at any place. Maybe he had kept those money in any box into his room. And the box may be full of precious gold and silver and jewelries." What rubbish, Nishad interrupted. I know I'm right, stupid. I told him, by the way, Seven, did you see his scars? I couldn't. It was too dark. But I bet he got them during a shootout with the police or something. Mummy told us quite clearly they were burned scars, Nishad said firmly. So on hearing Maya's point, he said, "What rubbish. I don't think what you are saying is right and correct." But Maya said, "I am right, and what I am saying is fact and reality." She said, "Seven, did you see the marks I've cut on his face? And I am sure that he got those scars on his face during shootout with police." Then Seven said, "No, it's not as you think. Mama told us that these marks were burn scars. It means because of getting burned, he got scars on his face." Perhaps the police had to set his house on fire to force him out, I suggested. Seven looked unsure. So when Seven said that these scars are of burnt fire, as his mother told, so Maya said, maybe police set his house on fire and he got burnt in his house. But Seven was not sure that this might be as Maya was saying. This is your today's lesson. I hope you have understood it very well. Thank you very much.